Nox's and the Potion of Peculiar Patience. The red tooltip had solidified into a cloaked figure, and Nox's heart was performing a frantic drum solo against their ribs. This was it. The banana-wielding fiend, the bane of their very brief adventuring career, was here. Nox's fumbled for hotkeys, desperately trying to remember how to cast anything that wasn't Inspect Barrel. Their mind screamed, "This is how it ends," ganked by a glorified fruit enthusiast. What fresh hell is this? But then, the PK, moving with the predatory grace of a seasoned killer, simply walked past. Not a glance, not a flicker of recognition, just a silent, ominous stride into the night. Nox's stood there, frozen, utterly bewildered. The terror slowly morphed into a profound sense of anticlimax. What fresh hell was that? They whispered to the empty alley, their voice a shaky squeak. Still reeling from the bizarre non-encounter, Nox's stumbled back into the Guildhall. It was a chaotic scene, as usual, but with an added layer of panicked urgency. Grogmar, looking even more grizzled than usual, spotted Nox's instantly. "There you are, you glorified liability. Just the guild disaster we needed." He gestured to a corner where Kalen, a guildmate known for their perpetually sunny disposition, was nursing a shin that looked mildly irritated, at best. "Kalen here has a grave injury. We need a powerful healing potion, and given your unique track record, you're just the one to procure it. Don't ask why. Just do it, and try not to burn down the city this time." Nox's felt a cold dread seep in. A powerful healing potion? They had zero potion-making skill. Their alchemical knowledge extended only as far as knowing that water was wet and fire was hot. They scrambled to their meager stash, a dusty backpack filled with questionable treasures. "Right powerful potion," Nox's muttered, pulling out a dried chicken foot, a half-eaten, suspiciously green sandwich, and a feather that definitely wasn't from any known bird. These must be the reagents. Holy grog, this is going to be a disaster. They squinted at the chicken foot. For potency, obviously, and the sandwich for sustenance, and the feather for lightness of being? Armed with their bizarre collection, Nox's strode into the city's alchemy shop with an air of unearned confidence. The alchemist, a weary-looking individual with perpetually stained robes, raised an eyebrow at Nox's offerings. "And what, pray tell, are these components for, adventurer?" Nox's puffed out their chest. "For a powerful healing elixir, good sir. The finest, most potent brew this realm has ever seen." The alchemist sighed, already reaching for a broom. Then Nox's eyes landed on a bottle labeled Potion of Patience. It was a vibrant, bubblegum pink and smelled distinctly of, well, bubblegum. "Aha!" Nox's exclaimed, seizing it. This is what we need." Without a moment's hesitation, they confidently traded the guild's last, genuinely valuable healing salve for the peculiar concoction. Back at the Guildhall, the atmosphere was thick with a palpable tension. The panicked council of guildmates had indeed gathered, hovering over Kalen's mildly bruised shin as if it were a gaping, festering wound. Alara, the mage, was muttering incantations, while the rogue was sharpening a dagger with an alarming intensity. Just then Nox's burst through the door, beaming, the bubblegum-scented potion held aloft like a sacred relic. "Fear not, guildmates," they declared, their voice echoing a little too loudly in the hushed hall. "Your savior has arrived, and I have procured the most potent healing potion in all of Britannia." A collective gasp went through the guild. The rogue, ever the cynic, stepped forward, his arms crossed. "Potent? It smells like a candy shop exploded." "What is that, Nox's? Healing in a bottle, or a sugar rush in a vial?" Nox's, undeterred, grinned. "It's healing in a bottle, mostly. And it's got a delightful aroma, don't you think?" Grogmar, pinching the bridge of his nose, stepped in. All right, enough of this. Nox's, if this concoction heals Kalen, you keep your title. If it fails, you owe the guild a tankard of grog, and we might just rename you Nox's the Perpetual Liability. Deal?" Noxes, ever confident in their own peculiar brand of success, nodded vigorously. Deal! With all eyes on them, Kalen, looking a little nervous but ever obliging, took the bubblegum pink potion. They uncorked it, the sweet, artificial scent wafting through the guild hall, and took a tentative sip. Everyone held their breath. Kalen's shin, which had been, to be fair, barely scratched to begin with, seemed perfectly fine. In fact, it looked remarkably unscratched. Nox's let out a triumphant whoop, leaping into the air. See, I am useful. I told you, the potion of peculiar patience works. Who's the guild disaster now, eh? They puffed out their chest, a wide, self-satisfied grin plastered on their face. Kalen, however, merely offered a small, knowing smile. Actually, Noxes, they said, their voice calm and entirely too casual, I faked it. Just a little scratch. We figured you needed a lesson in humility. Nox's triumphant grin slowly, painfully deflated. Their shoulders slumped, humiliated. Completely, utterly humiliated. But then a strange feeling washed over them. A flicker of triumph. They hadn't actually failed. They had, in their own chaotic way, succeeded. They were still a glorified liability, a walking catastrophe, but maybe that was okay. Noxes stood there, a strange mix of profound mortification and grudging pride swirling within them. Humility, eh? They muttered, a spark of defiance returning to their eyes. Fine, but this isn't over. I swear vengeance, or improvement, or both. They stomped out of the guild hall, muttering about future epic quests, legendary feats, and proving their worth beyond a shadow of a doubt. They'll see. They'll all see. I'll be the greatest adventurer this realm has ever known, or at least, the one who doesn't accidentally trade away valuable guild property for bubblegum-flavored water. Still fuming, and plotting their glorious if ill-defined future, Noxes stumbled out the back of the guild hall into the cool night air. Their foot caught on something, and they nearly face-planted. Looking down, they saw it, a mysterious, ancient-looking tomb entrance, half hidden by overgrown vines and rumored to be haunted by restless spirits. Curiosity, a dangerous trait for Noxes, got the better of them. They peered inside the dark opening. A faint, eerie, yet strangely inviting glow emanated from deep within. Noxes shivered, then whispered, "Nope. But maybe tomorrow." The adventure, after all, was always just around the corner.